Hello everybody and welcome back to some Dominions 5. This is Bob, the god of Friwald, in the full year 4 of the Ascension Wars. This is turn 55, and let's just dive right into it. We have some messages incoming here. A message has arrived from Shenton, and he says, and you're a good learner. Isn't that nice? And from Haraspad, we have a messenger saying, don't misspell small, ye blighted cretins trampled on the talon. I added in some accent there for you. We have finished our research in Conjuration. Yay! Level 8 Conjuration, and it's gonna be glorious. We're gonna be casting the Well of Misery. Bloody Pete has cast Bind Bone Fiends. We get like 10 of them, I think. It's very cool. Auspex, no magic sites were found. And no magic sites. Not for lack of trying, but no new sites found this turn. And very few blood slaves. Unfortunate. Then we are on to the battles, and there is, as always, a lot of them with all my raiding. I like my raiding. We have some raiding going on here in the Green Marches, and we take that province without any casualties in Annika. We are raiding with a Wraith Lord against one province defense or two or whatever, and they will die. We are being raided in the Holy See by Shenton, by a Wraith Lord. He is gonna kill this province defense as usual, so he's going back into the sea to raid me once again. There was a battle in the Flower Meadow Forest. This is between Avas and Portis, the largest battle we've seen between the two of them. Let's see, what do we have? We have lots of the armored dudes. We now see some alliance, which it's late fall now, and it'll be winter soon, so they are gonna be not like all that great in the coming months, but then they'll bounce back. I guess they are okay in fall. And then on the other hand, on the other side, we see the armies of Portis, backed up by some mages in the back here. No prophet or anything, no sacred units. A bunch of bone fiends up front, and 5 chariots in one line of the Portisan Impalis. He's putting him in this spread out formation so that they don't kill each other with their poison, which is, I think, it's very cool to see. Starfire is being cast on this front group here, that Avas is sending forward. Just some Avasian axemen to door the initial fire, it seems. We have some skellies that make it to the back, skeleton cavalry, and they actually kill a mage, so that's very unfortunate for Portis. And his line, he's already routing, so this is pretty bad for him. Did not turn out well at all. The troops are still moving forward. Now they're moving into the chariots. They'll be run over by the chariots as they try to trample their way back to the back line. Oh no, they're not routing. My bad. So now they're fighting the Some Alliance, who are ethereal here, and I suppose poison immune, or poison resistant at least. Still have one mage up front who's broken but not getting away. He's deceased. And yeah, this was a very decisive victory for Avas, I think. Not a lot to say about that. But where are we here? In the Flower Meadow Forest. The long dead horsemen from Avas died, and 5 axemen, but they killed the Portisan army. Only 1 mage died, which is very lucky. But then all the units died, so that's not so lucky. There was a battle in the Realm of Silence. Let's jump into it. This, I think, this is us attacking with a bunch of cavemen again onto this province defense. Province defense plus 2 skill spammers. So that's interesting. We have our Banes at the back and 1 Buried Initiate moving forward. We will try to overwhelm them. We hit hard, and we hit fast, but there is a lot of skeletons coming up. And while they are growing in power, we are diminishing in power. From the back line, our Banes now join the fight. There's not a lot of cavemen left once that happens. And no cavemen remain at this point. They actually didn't rout. They fought to the end. But in the end, our Banes will rout, and we are broken by 2 measly skeleton spammers with this giant raiding force. So that's not what I anticipated at all. I thought we would win this for sure. And we killed a lot, but we didn't really kill anything. So that sucks. Let's see, retreat details. Melocus the Bane retreated successfully, but some of the Banes were lost in retreat. They didn't actually die, any of them, in combat, so we should have sent them up front, I think, to soak up the initial attacks and just be tanky with their protection 19. And then the cavemen could have supported. They are cold resistant, so they don't care about the chill aura. They think they would have been better as like a secondary line instead of being the meat shields, which they failed at that horribly. In Domin, we are being raided, I think, by a Wraith Lord, and they will kill, or he will kill that. Province defense in Folothras. It's the same province as always, that's just getting counter-raided and raided and counter-raided. Another one here is lost to a Wraith Lord. We are attacking in the Lost Canyon range. This is our, I want to say, our mage army. We have a bunch of, it's hard to tell here, but we have a bunch of buried consorts in this army. And it's just some PD to stop us. Lost Canyon range. 4 buried consorts and 4 initiates, so that's not bad. And then backed up by a ramshackle of different units. So mostly just the skeleton spam going down. And Lost Canyon range. And then in Vlex, we were raiding with Gunthermund from the sea. And there's a little bit of province defense here. He is skeleton spamming. And he has a few units with him. So he's skeleton spamming all day long. But once again, I make the mistake of bringing other units. One of them, I think, no, not even. They aren't even wounded, and for some reason they choose to rout. I'm not sure why. And then because they are routing, Gunthermund is also routing. So there's nothing here to stop us, and yet we flee. A little bit of frustration there, but fortunately Gunthermund the White Mage has retreated successfully, so no losses were really taken, just no victories gained. We have now taken control of the province of Troll Peaks here. He had left no province defense there. With, you know, with what our poor rating, you should put in 1 province defense, because it might just have broken my army, who knows. So this is us raiding with a buried initiate and a little bit of a contingent of other troops. This one could go bad as well. Like the enemies land 1 good hit and then we rout. Please don't. Send in 1 skelly up front. He's at advance and cast spells apparently. But here the skellies maybe will carry the day. Looks like it. Oh, commander still coming up. And he faces a troll and a Friwald deer rider, and then he dies. Good. So we got 1 province in there. That was in the Mere. Yes. In Trotton, we are being attacked by Rosbot, who is advancing into our lands. Here we have some PD, a good amount of PD. I think it's 20 PD. Versus 3 skeleton spammers. Let's see how they do. Now the important thing to note is that once the slingers get up front, they actually start firing on the mages, which is really nice. One of them got a limp from that, and the other one is taking damage. They are being attacked here. One of them got hit again. We have no way of beating the actual skeleton swarm, but if we could land a good hit... Actually, one of them routs from the damage. And they keep firing at him for a little while, despite being in melee. Getting a few more slings off. He got hit again. He's down to 1 HP, so very close to killing one here. Which is nice to see. But he does get away. At least they split up then, and there's a chance that he dies on the retreat. But we didn't really kill anything. We lost 3 frogs and our PD. In, let's see, in the Green Gate. This is our fort. In here he comes with his devils and his destroyers of flame. Still a very small army. I would have expected him to commit more, but maybe he doesn't have more than this, and that's very comforting because this is not a lot, and our angels I'm sure can beat this little army. But nonetheless, he will fly in here. You will note that Bindar and Berthold is here, and they were not supposed to be here. They were going to the province that these guys were coming from, and once again we see the opposing forces meeting each other, and it once again is not in my advantage. They did not get to go to their province, but they got to go to but the enemies got to go to their province, and our dudes were caught out where they didn't want to be once again, and we are butchered by these devils en masse. We do get a whole bunch of attacks off on them at least, and actually Berthold is really standing his ground here, which is very nice to see. Like he does get cut down, but look at how many that were surrounding him. You know, he took some hits and he did okay. In the Grand Gate, we killed 1 Destroyer of Flame and 5 Devils. Not an even trade. We did lose more than we killed, but we killed something. Out of this, you know, percentage-wise, we killed like 20%-ish. Don't hold me to it. Quick math. In Sermiok, we are raiding with these mermen against almost no province defense. So this is gonna be easy, right? Well, 1 gets hit on an early sling, and in the melee we win, but we break because our shitty morale. So yes, that happened. Once again, and they all die from routing, so that's perfect. Everybody dies. Against 9 units with 16. The 1 sling early on killed, I guess he got a hit shot, and that is enough to make everyone else rout once the battle starts. In the province of Assist, we take this one without contest. Good. In, let's see, where's the next one? In Hesperia, we are attacking. This is on the fort of Shanton in the most northern region of the original Shanton lands. What are these guys? Heavy foul spawn, heavy infantry. I don't believe I've seen these guys before. I must have, or just not noticed them. We have a good amount of just normal troops that are killing these things. They will do okay at that. We have masses. We were casting slow on them with our mage support. Very cool. That was in Hesperia. We lost 3 units. No biggie. So we're raiding him there. That's good. Cerulean Sea. And on the water, we are reclaiming the final water province. Well, now that he's attacking underwater again, we will have new provinces to reclaim. In the Witch Haven, this is a battle between Avas and another army of Potis, and this is an even larger battle, I think, than the other one. Here we see some devils intertwined. We have which is a mage here. I'm just trying to dig for interesting mages and items or something like that. Nothing really there. Should have done that with the Avasian troops too. I don't think... I have been clicking around on his mages and such, and I never really see him use any items. But he's mostly running the fire build. He's got some astral in there. He's got some nature in here. And air. And then a whole lot of holy and sacred troops, of course. chariots run in, they trample a little bit, then they die, and the angels, the devils come in, and they try to kill some fools. They do hit pretty hard, but they get cut down because they do not have the same mass of devils that Rosbart has. Then the center line. This one is different because there is actually an almost equal amount of troops. They are being supported by a good amount of mages here, and once the battle lasts a little bit longer in the center front line here, the more troops will get poisoned, more and more troops, and this will in fact take quite a heavy toll on the Avasian troops here. Even with the Partisan Impalis can't really break through the protection of these units, they will be killing them post haste. Of course, this is not an ideal way for your battle to go. You still lose the battle, you lose the most units. But as they're running away, they're leaving poison gas clouds behind that is poisoning the pursuers, which is kind of interesting. So they've got that going for them, and quite a few of the units will die after the battle itself, as they were pursuing. So, where was that? Witch Haven? They didn't lose all that much. So for Portis, it's not really a good trade, but for us it's nice to see that at least Avas is not just trampling them. In Umbra, I still don't quite trust Avas. I want to, and I want them as my friend, but I can't just trust them like that. We are being raided in Umbra by these 5 Scalar spammers now, and we have one sickly Atlantean militia here, so he will run away. In Whalewind Waters we are being attacked, and this is a new type of underwater raid. We have a kitted out white shaman, so he's got a frostbrand, a body shamble armor giving him air breathing. Didn't he have that as a base? I thought he would. Interesting that you think you need this one. So he must need it, but apparently he... Interesting. Because he's poor amphibian, and then he's water breathing. So why would you give him this? I don't understand. Anyway, he's got boost of quickness, which he probably stole from me, to be fair. And a ring of regeneration. He's also got this bottle of living water, and he didn't get that one from me. So he must have water mages of his own somewhere. I don't believe we've seen any Shenton water mages. But this is a thug going underwater. He's casting invulnerability, the same old. Soul Vortex. We have PD. The PD, can it kill the water elemental? It can. But he's doing his usual business, except he's adding in mist form. So mist form. Yeah, I've never really understood. All attacks made against it will only do 1 point of damage. That's pretty significant, and then it ends if the being is struck by an exceptionally hard blow. But that's not gonna happen here. We killed the elemental, which is worth noting. But then, of course, this guy offers no chance for the guys to live. So a white shaman now moving in. In Mark, we totally overcommit to clearing this out, because as I said, there's no leaders here, so we didn't need basically any troops. Just a scout would have done it, and they're just running away because there's no leadership. So a little bit of a waste of, I could have researched with these guys. Like 30 or maybe 40 points of research lost by me not committing them to that instead. But whatever. We reclaimed Mark, and the danger of the Shenton forces in that region is finally completely gone. We have now taken control of the province of Nethermark. It's here. No resistance. In the province of Garillion we are attacked, and I did not predict this accurately. I thought they would go to Shem, southwest. Instead they march into Garillion, and here is his main force. This is the last known standing army of Shenton, marching into Garillion, the ever-contested Garillion, once again in Shenton control. Spoilers, he does not lose this battle. We will, of course, try to inflict some attrition on him here. At least the archers is shooting into the pile, which it can kill a mage, it can kill other stuff, you never know. This is nice to see. In the front line, we are just dealing with summoned units mostly. We did hit it, or he hit the line over here. I'm not sure he takes any losses here in Guerrillian. He does, okay. There's 1 Barbarian and 3 Serpent Knights. So he goes below the 100, but not really anything. In the below, we are being attacked. This is where I considered flying in an angel, but I didn't. It would have been very nice to do so. It's Skelet Spam, and the Skelet Spam is tough. I'm afraid that he would lose if he were here. He might have killed a mage early or 2, and that would have won him the battle. But if he doesn't, if he ends up not killing one early and then gets swarmed by skeletons, then it's basically over. Like, he might not die, but he will not win. And it can be pretty dangerous. Let's see, there was a battle in Guerrillian, there was a battle in below. In Relothia, we are being attacked. We actually have... Alright, so this is a Wraith Lord. Actually a famous one. Wraith Lord with lost an eye and limb, so that's unfortunate. But Wrong Eye, I don't believe I've ever seen him, but somehow he's still a famous one. Maybe he's changed the name. Maybe not. But we have 2 bird consorts, 1 bird initiate, and then this guy, Tom Bombadil. And we've seen this type of fight before. They go in, and then the mages will try to not rout while dealing with the thing. The units rout almost instantly. But we have plenty of Skelet Spam, so he will never be able to cut through all of this. And now we are casting spells on him, which is nice. Let's see, he's age 560 and can be a very large amount of years old. So the decay, I believe the decay does hit him at some point, so that's kind of interesting. He actually got wounded. He can't drain life from these guys. He has to control the dead, but it didn't hit. And I'll speed it up because this is a little bit of a longer one. And this is one of the chances of us getting a Wraith Lord onto our side. Well, he is healing from something here. Ah, there's some flesh units moving in close, which they shouldn't. Or whatever. For some reason our mages does not rout here, and I'm surprised. But they stay throughout the battle. We did decay him. Now he's aging really fast, not that it matters. More horde of skeletons just piling in. Gets earth gripped. Tangle wind, failed. Earth grip. And he's just fighting. Control the dead, both failed. He's now a lot older than he was before, but he is still far from too old age. Who knows, it might happen. Is he in fact taking damage here? It seems like he's taking damage, but then he's not really, which is interesting. See, there's a red one on top of it. I think that's what it is. He's now limp 2. Control the dead again. More hordes of skeletons. Earth grip, tangle winds. Control the dead, and the battle ends with that. Isn't that interesting? If we click the button here, you would note that he lost a Wraith Lord and we gained a Wraith Lord. Haha! Haha! It worked. It totally worked. We finally managed to control a Wraith Lord. And I'm gonna jump out of here. It's gonna be a little bit spoilerific, but whatever. Here he is. So important to note is that this way you don't get him as a leader. So here he is. It's the same guy, same age. He's very old compared to what he was before. He's got limp, weakened, and lost an eye, so that's not good. But he's got good experience. He's no longer famous. I guess he lost his name. He's no longer named one eye either. Oh, it's from the Lost Eye, of course. But but he's still from Laria, and normally this is not shown, but it says here Laria 1 month, and so that's interesting. He's still immortal, and if I think so, the thing here is, and some things that I don't know is if he dies now, what then happens? Because right now we are not in control of Laria. So we would definitely not get him back if he died, but maybe Shenton will get him back and he will switch back to the right side or the original side. That's the thing that could happen. The other thing is if we take Laria and then he dies, what then happens? Does he come back as a commander then? I'm kind of hoping that that's the case, but I don't know. Most importantly, as long as he doesn't die right now, we subtracted 1 Wraith Lord from the total pool of Shenton Wraith Lords. Very, very nice. And we will try to keep doing this kind of thing. So let's move on to Vipidre. This is us checking with the scout just to see if he didn't put in 1 province defense like before. He did this time around. A bit more than that even. And Jelena Gora, we are being attacked by a Wraith Lord, and there's nothing here to contest it. Our undefended province of the Great Woods have been conquered. We couldn't have put province defense here. It's a throne or fort. There was a battle in the Windsong Forest. Another Wraith Lord. I'm so happy we killed 1. That's a major milestone, at least proving that it's possible. Not just that we killed 1 and took away 1 tool, it's also the fact that now he needs to start thinking, okay, Friwald can steal my Wraith Lords, maybe I should be more careful with them, and when he's more careful with them, he's not raiding us in the same degree. So no matter what, the effect will either be that he doesn't care and then we steal more Wraith Lords, or that he rates us less and then, the fear factor plays in. So there was battle in the Windsong Forest. That was the one, excuse me. So that's all the battles. So here is an unexpected event. We get 7 Astral Pearls, and in Mark we get 3 Nature Gems. So that's good. And then in Latinus was discovered and attacked in Aole. It's here. I don't think he would get away. Oh, but there's a very interesting battle. We will see it. This is our scout. He's dead. But on the other side, we see this. And this is not unknown to me. But I didn't realize this was what was going on. Jesus, that was a tongue twister. These are wolves. And there is about 100 of them patrolling. These would be very, very easy to kill with a thuggy unit. So we would like to do that. That would be amazing if we could do something like that. And we will try to do some sort of raid on Iole. They are patrolling here because he is blood hunting. And I'm expecting that sort of the same thing is going on here. We could in fact send our angels on top of these 2 forts and just kill everything. And just fly away the next turn. That would not be something I'm opposed to. We are going to do something else with the angels compared to what I'm doing right now. I'm going to talk about all the things that I'm thinking about doing with the angels, and then we will hopefully meet, I will hopefully reach a conclusion on what to do with them this turn. We have started to destroy a fort in Quantum, the fort in Quantum, and this was severely damaged. We are under siege in Gain Gate, but it's our water damage. Here we can see the exact number. Not here, but here. It's not even halfway. So we have at least 2 more turns. 3 turns before the attack, I believe. Unless he pours in more units, but still then... No, he could pour more units in and then attack next turn maybe. Well, once he does, we will land all of our angels on top of it the turn it's breached. So that's another way to use the angels. We have started to destroy the fort in Hesperia. It was severely damaged. But we are not staying here, we will keep bouncing. We do 1 unit were cured from disease in Olifa. Patrolling troops, and then we have bought the Wind Lord. Oh boy, I did not expect this guy to be this strong. He's pretty strong. This is amazing. Storm power, these sylphs, flying, ethereal, lightning swarm units, and there's 30 of them. He is coming in with a devil summoner bonus, and he's a monster summoner himself. Now he's got this thing here. He's got a reaper and a disease thing, so he's diseased himself and he kills population. That's not really what I wanted. Can't take these things from him, and this one is cursed and can't be transferred ever, so he will have to keep this one. This one will indeed be nice to get on a scout and then send it into an enemy province. It has to be an undead scout, otherwise he will die himself. And then this one we want, so we will be following him with some troops. And then at the very end, a new famous hero. Stories of Bilbo's brave deeds and his unbreakable skin is very nice. He's got tough skin, increased protection, which is right now +3, which is very good. They are already hard to kill. He's gonna be harder to kill. Very good. We have, that's all the messages. Yes. Okay. Let's do it as we usually go through it. This is the Citadel of Kuntum. Not a lot going on right here. We are moving in more troops to finally siege it down. Also some more priests to preach in there. Yes. That happened, or is happening. Let's move on to Shanton and talk a little bit about what's going on here. We're still raiding him heavily in the north. He cleared Umbra, but we are going back into Umbra. I'm not sure we should do that, but right now we are. The main thing is he's got those 5 skeleton spammers, and if he decides to patrol with them, he will kill this entire army. They don't really stand a chance against 5 skeleton spammers. They don't really stand a chance against 1 Wraith Lord. So there's that. They don't really do that, do they? No, they don't. They don't stand a chance against one of his thugs. So if they get caught out by one of them at some point, then they will all die. And I don't want that to happen, so we are surveying different options for them on where to go. Will he patrol in High Mill this turn? I don't know, but we will be raiding it. With the mercenaries? No, they are not even going there. Where are they going? Down to Jillian Agora. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that maybe I should take this whole force and send it up into Rustbard lands, because they will do decently well enough against flyers. At least they have a fighting chance, whereas against a Wraith Lord they just die without the mate support. What do we have moving in here? The problem is they have thugs in the water right now, so we can't really... I don't know, man. Maybe we move everything to Jillian Agora instead. I'm moving Gollum into the Green Marshes so he can go in here and destroy the laboratory and prevent further recruitment of Jade Sorcerers. If he needs another Wraith Lord in here, it's fine. He can stale them out. We need him to not get mind controlled like we did to them. So that's also something to note. And what else? Well, I don't think I want to go to Umbra. I think I want to move everything to Jillian Agora instead. How far can you go? You cannot really get there. So that's your detriment. But we are getting in units from here. That's another thing. We have 18 sots, which could... If we look at this fight here again. How do they start? They just cast Horde of Skeletons. So 18 shots landing on this might kill a mage or two. One of them casts Soul Vortex because he can, okay. Isn't that killing your own units a little bit? Just a little bit? Here? No, maybe not. I can't figure out if it hits friendlies or not. It's not really clear. I think we are moving everything in here to try. And the shots might kill something, and then we rush forward, and if we can overwhelm and overpower the skeleton horde, we might be able to get in there and kill them before they spam all the skeletons that they need to win. So we just need everyone to be on attack rear, just run forward, kill everything. More or less. We'll do 2 groups here, so they're more spread out. And we have got one guy casting quickness. He should do that earlier. Cast spells. Maybe he does cast spell, and then run away, because I don't want him to die. And he can run up here to the hole. That would be nice. If he retreats there. So we are trying to take out the province defense of High Mill as well. Then we are attacking with a scout into Garillion, and we are attacking with a scout into the Soaked Earth, just to check if he doesn't stay, we might be able to get it, or we will at least know the exact amount of troops and what he's doing in here. In Soaked Earth, the same. We don't know if he's put up units, but historically, or last time we tried to take the Soaked Earth, we got it without a contest, so we might get that again. Who's sneaking down there? You are. You should sneak over here. Yes. He's carrying gems for the army. The army here is moving up into Windswept Desert and joining the guys from Balothia. They're doing that because I don't think he from Garillion will move to Windswept Desert. I think he has more. I checked the supply from a previous turn, and we can stay in here with these 2 guys, 2 armies. No problem, but I'm not sure he would be able to do that with this entire army. And more than likely he's going for Jebero. We can have a look at the army again. I noticed a few things. We can have a look at all of his troops here. He's got some interesting stuff going on. These are his crabs. The Wraith Lord is one of the interesting ones. He's got a Gate Cleaver with a siege strength of plus 50, so he is intent on going up and sieging something, one might conclude. And a few other items here and there. Lots of things that I would like to take from him. Also worth noting that once again he isn't really protecting his backline against a potential angel rush. But there is a whole lot of skill spam going on here. And yeah. Lots of twice-born guys. But this is sort of his final real army. I think Jebero will be able to hold 1 turn without being breached. We're moving units in, but none of them are moving and patrolling, and we aren't patrolling in here. We're doing sort of the same things we are doing in Green Gate, by which we are assassinating over it here, of course. But I want to move up here. If he stays in Garillion, we might attack with everything into Garillion. And see if we meet him on the way or whatever. Another thing is, okay, let's talk about the angels. Maybe we skip them and just do all the other things first. So then Haraspat, what are we doing here? We're raiding here with the Tempestus, the Windlord here, and a few, a little bit of a contingent to help. We are doing Anupai and 1 dude here in the back behind him, supporting with Legions of Steel and Strength of Giants. Not really super necessary, I suppose. I'm not sure why I'm doing this. More skill spam, maybe. I think it's okay. And in here we are doing sort of the same thing. This guy is not attacking, of course. He is our second gem brigade, and he's carrying some gems and some items that I want him to get into Grain Gate. And now that I look at it, it's all wrong. Where's the second gem brigade? You know what? I'll just give him 10 water gems. He shouldn't be found. And he needs to get some water gems in here. Yeah, he definitely does. And so he's going to be moving up here, and he's carrying a helmet for Samwise and an elixir of life for Samwise. Oh. Why did I not silence here? That is my Discord, excuse me. Yep. Good. We're assassinating in here, but otherwise not doing anything. He's not close to breaking it, so we'll just hold out and make him waste time here. Over here, I am actually I'm fucking up Gunderic. If we have a look at him, he's got 31 attack and 29 defense skill. That is sort of insane. He's doing 26 damage, which with the Shadow Brand is armor negating. Oh, so this one is armor negating. This is armor piercing. Okay. The damage value positive strength. Armor piercing will halve the effect of the opponent's. Okay. Anyway, and high magic resistance, 23 protection, and you know he's gonna be blessed, so his defense skill will go up another 3, up to 32, and 31 attack. I think he is doing rather okay for himself. He will be backed up by 2 priests that are running behind him, advance and cast spells. So if it's a Wraithward or a Skeleton group, they will basically just murder them, I think. If it's devils, I'm not sure. I think he can beat a couple of devils. I'm hoping. He's got quickness, so he's hitting twice per turn. He can probably solo a Wraithlord. And he's got this heroic battle prowess, that's why everything's so high. He's got heroic ability +7 here. And heroic ability nothing here at all. No. So it doesn't even add to defense skill. Damn. But 7 + 2 attack skill is amazing. 31, excuse me. Yep, that's good. So that's what we're using Gunderic for. He will be joining in Grain Gate once the fight starts there. He can do Divine Blessing and bless all the angels. So that's going to be nice. Once again, we could attack with all the angels in here. I'm going to skip the angels again, sorry. And we're raiding these 3 provinces. That's about it. We are counter raiding in here with Choo Choo and Ernst. Is that how I want it set up? I think it is, yeah. We gotta set them up front as well. There's a lot of province defense here, so it's fine. He might come in here, but I'm mostly worried about them dying. But I don't think anything will actually come into Akista. From here they can reinforce Jebro. I made some of these trolls, and that's all good and well, right? Yeah, yay, fun, good. They're all susceptible to fire, and that's sort of something that I kind of forgot. So they aren't good against Harasbad. I think they have a lot, like all of these guys, well, they aren't doing a lot of fire damage here, actually. Okay, hold on. Fire sword, but no fire damage? Interesting. Maybe I'm wrong. They have fire spells at the back, and a level 6 fire mage here, at least. What's he doing, anyway? Summoned earth power. Okay. No big fire spells. Interesting. And he has no fire gems with him. This seems like a sort of a low commitment, which I don't understand. I really don't, because... And where are all the demon knights that we saw here earlier? Yeah. I don't know. Maybe they are not in the below. They could be in Toledo. No, we have adjacency to Toledo. I'm not sure. And I don't think he's fighting Avas anymore. And I don't think he's fighting Batis. So maybe he's sending them north to deal with this up here? Not sure. Alright, next thing. We are attacking in here with this. 2 hill giants to eat the enemies. And here we are doing sort of the same. I'm just assuming that he's not going to stay here. I'm assuming that this guy will go into the water as well. He's kind of starting to really like the water because I can't counter-raid him with buried corn swords down there, I think. So we have these 2 here. These guys are moving into the province where he's from, because that's where he will least likely to expect me to go. He will probably be attacking these 2 provinces, or these 2 provinces, or these 2 provinces. With this guy can go to these 2, and this guy can go to these 2. Unless he moves this guy here, and they meet again, then they will die. But otherwise, they'll live. So whatever. And this guy might. I think he will go to Lake Seaweed. But if he goes to the Deep Black Sea, we are counter-moving with Melocus and Gunthermund from here. And for thanks is in there, he's gonna take this guard and do these spells. And then Childerig coming from up here. Yeah, from here. He's just gonna come in with a guard. None of them have actual troops that will run forward and fight. They're all on guard commander, and then they are all on advance and attacks. Advancing spells except Melocus, but he can actually hit the guy. And we have this guy on Horde of Skeletons twice. I want to probably do it like this, I think. Maybe like that. Of course I want to try to control the dead on him, but he might do the same to Gunthermund, because they can do that to each other. We have magic resistant 15. Probably higher here. It's the same. Okay. So we'll try that, and if they come in here with that 1 thug, I think we can get him. Oh, what about you? Well, you're moving up here. You might come over here instead, and I'm sure he will probably go for Lake Seaweed instead. And that means there's no saving these guys, except going maybe to Wailing Waters. They're going to High Mill instead. Alright. And that's sort of all of the enemy movements and such. One thing I need to note is that we have finally had confirmation that the player of Sifiligal is now taking over Atinium, and he has indeed submitted a turn this turn. Excuse me. So yeah, Atinium is now alive and moving. We are sending some messages. It's time. Is it time for that? It's probably. Let's just do it now. I want to do it. So for Shenton, I said, I spent too much time on this campaign. It's getting out of hand. Yours, Bob, King of Kings, Lord of Procrastination. Not much to say about that. That's true. In Atinium, message to Atinium, I tried crafting a sort of role-playing message that is a little bit less overwhelming than the last one. So here we are. The Sleeper awakens. Welcome back, Mistress. Bob has protected your lands while you slept. Our brave Hoburgers liberated them from tentacle possession almost a year ago. That's some grammar issues here, but I'll fix it. I have it in a clipboard outside the game. You can copy it in. I'll just fix all the things. Almost a year ago. Time is blurry for one as ancient as Bob. Know that every province your Dominion touches is Atinian by right. We will offer no opposition while you restore your nation to its former glory. Bob is truly mighty, but he is also generous. Those who join him are rewarded with more than just our famous cheese. Our past is not forgotten, but new stories must be written before the cataclysm ends this world. Yours, the Buccaneers. So I'll fix the mistakes, but it's sort of the same message again. I want to know where he stands, and we'll know a lot by his movements this turn. Now I said he will have every province that his dominion touches, and you can sort of see where it inches in here. So it's like this clump. Unfortunately, it touches here, but that's why I'm leaving the priest. He might remove that one last candle layer, so we get that under our control. Furia here is his. No, it's not even. This one certainly is. And down here, this is under her dominion. This is not. The Endless Caverns are, and this one is not. So it sort of stretches to the water here. Not here, and not here. Oh, here, yeah, Tropics, and in Ministra as well. So it's sort of like an elongated piece of land here. And it's not a lot of land, but they have to claim that first, and that's not going to happen in 2 turns. And then we hope to establish better communications with them, or we might just see both armies just march east, and then Bob is at least here to try to stop them. He's going to be searching the mark this turn, because we haven't searched it for nature yet, and I gave him the skull steps. We can get that up to level 4 in here. That's okay, he can stay close to Atinium and just hold his ground while doing something useful. What else is there to talk about? That's Atinium. I talked about the messages. We can do the crafting. Nothing here. We are doing an elixir of life here. We are casting the Will of Misery with Lucky Roll. She's in death 6 with these equipment, and that puts us at... Oh, we even have death gems remaining now. I had to convert to get them, but I don't know where we have 6 death gems from now. Huh. Interesting. I think maybe I cancelled the craft somewhere. Anyway, Well of Misery is being cast. Then we are doing a Heavenly Wrath for another angel. A Burning Pearl here to boost our attack skill a little bit. We have Summon Winter Wolves in here. The winter is coming. And we need to spend some water gems. Also have some more troops in our central region against, well, all the things. Rope of the Sea here, so we can boost our water magic more. And a Sword of Swiftness here. Anything over here? Contact Hill Giant. We're casting Inner Sun with Dunner, because why not? It's an interesting spell. It's very cheap. And it will be good in some cases, I hope. I want to see it in effect. Where is it? In the sun. So he protects himself against undead in a way. When the mage is slain, which is not something we want, it will release a blast of energy killing undead stuff. Might kill a Wraith Lord if that happens. And, you know, if he dies, I would like to at least... If he's part of a big battle, maybe it'll be okay. And the enemy is using a lot of undead, so I think it'll be okay. Over here, we are not doing anything specific. Can't do a lot while we're on the siege, and we don't have a lab in here still. Summon Fall Bears in here, because it's still fall, with Grimace. We can rename him Forgot About the Fire Week. Yes, the Troll King. Okay, and we're forging a Crown of Lead here. Up here, we are forging a copper plate, so we have some more breastplates. One that'll also retaliate once struck, that's nice. And here we are forging a Thistle Mace. We are casting a Awakened Wineman just to do something useful with you. Contacting Hill Giant, and summon Griffins here. Still would like this Conjuration site. Over here, Bind Bone Fiends, and nothing else. Over here, nothing else. Alright, I think that's all the labs. We of course still have our Amber Clam Mage coming in down here next turn. Okay. Now, the main thing for the turn is what to do with the angels. We have these 4 guys. I could land them on these 2 provinces. I could probably land 1 on each of these provinces and kill every patroller in these 4 castles. The problem is he has the Golden Cow, and the Golden Cow will teleport onto one of them and probably murder it. Right? It's probably happening. I don't know if the cow can solo an angel. I'm even doubting it, because it's tough. He doesn't have a melee attack with it, right? So maybe we can do it. Maybe it'll be okay. So but I'm more tempted to, if we are attacking Raspa, to move them all as a group. 4 angels flying together, and maybe we want to do that for the rest of the game, just to always fly all the angels together in a larger and larger force. where they are better protected and will dominate the field with their power. But then we can only do it to one province at a time, which is the other problem. Now, what you saw me queue up earlier was the 2 angels on each of these 2 provinces, just locking them down and preventing recruitment. In Shanton, we've already seen that Shanton can't really deal with the angels. He's not going to have a lot of province defense set up in these 2 provinces right now. And it will kill the province defense. We know that he doesn't have his guard right now, so they are not likely to be teleported onto and killed that way. And what I could do is send 1 angel, 1 angel, 1 angel to Umbra to serve as the killing thing in here. That would probably work. And 1 angel more to High Mill, maybe? That would be kind of interesting. That's also a thing we could do. But then we're splitting them up, and I don't want them to die. Can't keep losing them. Right now we've been losing them faster than we're producing them. We're down to 5 at the moment. Up to 6 again next turn. Which if they all survive this turn, we will have to find a new Hobbit name. I'll have to Google the internet to find a good Hobbit name. Because I can't come up with one on my feet, I must admit. No pun intended. Anyway, we still need to find a way or a place for them to go. The other thing is I was attacking in Grain Gate. I've been on the verge of, or I had the whole thing set up where they move and patrol, and everything that's in here will move and patrol, and everything inside will move, just patrol, and we take them on in Jebaro as they come in. But then if they don't come in, it's a major waste of the angels. We want to use them and make sure that they do something for us every turn. The other thing is putting all 4 of them in Miskia here. That would cut off the income from all of these provinces. That would be very nice. Once again, I'm afraid of the teleporting cow. But now that I'm thinking about it right now, I probably 1 angel can kill 1 cow. He's going to cast the Astral Shield, and maybe it will petrify them for the entire battle. So one other thing we can do, and I'm probably tempted to do that right now, is just this. I don't know specific way of signing them up here. We want the ones with the Holy Scourges where we think they will be undeads. So here and here. And these guys are better for swarms and province defense. So we'll do like that and that. And that might be enough. It's unlikely that they all die. One thing I was considering is that he might move and patrol everything in Garillion up to Laria. I doubt that he's going to do a defensive move like that. But this would be pretty good. We need to go in here and find a wounded unit, battle fright, lost 1 eye. Not going to do to one of the trolls. This one probably. Put him up here. Make sure that there's he needs to break siege with something in order to clear it. I think this is what I want to do. We aren't losing a fort this turn, and they can respond to a breached fort next turn. If I lose the Grain Gate, it would suck. But with this army he's got in here, it's unlikely to even happen as is. We can reinforce from the Silver Wall, assuming we have Lithia next turn, and Gundarik will come in here. He needs to pour in more stuff, which he can, of course, do. He can just pool everything he has here around here, and with all of it, he can probably take it easily. But then he's only taking 1 thing at a time, and we are counter-raiding. Meanwhile, this will destroy Shenton. This will lock down all mage production this turn, next turn, unless he clears Hesperia. Yep, and yep, and yep. And that's what I kind of want, to make his nation not grow anymore while we are growing. Meanwhile, we are getting the Well of Misery up next turn, and that'll probably draw some hate from everyone. That's why I need Advas to be still on my team. I'm hoping that he is on board, but we'll find out soon. At least, Portis is actually the best guy in the game for me right now, because he's not attacking me, even though he most certainly could. He decides to attack Avaz, who can pretty easily beat him. And he could have just raided my lands here. We are doing... I've been building a... What are they called? Kuoni in here. We have 12 of them right now. More coming in next turn. And we will be able to... But they aren't half bad. And they're good in caves. So there's a cave here. We can try to move in and take these 2 provinces or something like that with that army. At least it's troops nearby. They can move to Kontum if I want. Even though they have terrible siege strength. It's better than a hobbit. And this is sort of the end of this episode, guys. We are moving into blood magic, and not next turn, but the turn after that we can start doing more interesting spells, I think. And what we really want is the level 7, not blood right, but the Curse of Blood, which we can cast. 77 blood slaves required. By the time we get it, I think we'll have enough for 2, and then we get Vampire Lords, which I think is kind of like Wraith Lords in a way. So just more immortal units that are good. And yeah, I don't complain. That's gonna be awesome. And then we're all good. I think I will end the episode here. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if I missed anything, and I will be happy to, as always, give you some insight into what was going on in this specific turn. But otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching, and see you then. Bye bye.